Hey guys, we're here with my good friend Takumi, who finished 7-2 at Toronto Regionals. Got your invite to Nats with Runick Evil Twin Spright. How do you like the deck for this format?
I think the deck's got a lot of good matchups in this format. It does go into time a lot though, so it's very exhausting to grind over the 9 rounds of regionals. But I think it's actually quite good.
Okay, awesome. Well, let's get right into the list then.
All right. So I play the live twin Runick Spright version. So I play 4 Kiss Kills, 3 of the one that summon the Leela, and then 1 of the Frost because this one draws a card. And it does come up sometimes that you can special this when you have a Leela in hand and it gets ashed or impermed or something like that. Or if you open just the Frost and you need to gigantic Spright out the Leela, you can special the Frost from hand because you control Leela. And then I also play 3 of the Leela just to be able to special summon Kiss Kill because you need both Kiss Kill and Leela. And in terms of the Spright engine, I play 1 carrot, 1 red, and 1 jet, and 3 blues. So the Spright engine's pretty thin in terms of the monsters. I'll show you later, but I only play 1 starter and I don't play other Spright spells. So that's the reason I only play 1 Spright jet. And there's not enough room to be playing more reds or carrots. And blue is just basically just to get the extra body on board for the end board. For the spells, I am playing 3 Forbidden Droplet. And it's really synergistic with this deck because it synergizes with Kiss Kill and Leela very well. So if you normal them, you can activate Forbidden Droplet, sending the Leela or the Kiss Kill off. And then when it summons the other one, you don't control any other monsters. So you can activate the effect again to special the other one again. So it's actually basically like a free Forbidden Droplet, so it has a lot of synergy. And then we're also playing the Runick package. The Runick package is pretty straightforward. I'm sure lots of people have played it. So I play 3 Destructions for the Spell Trap Pop, 3 Freezing Curses, which is the monster negates, 3 Flashing Fire to pop monsters, 3 Slumbers, because you need to be playing more Runick spells and the other ones aren't really good. And this does come up to have the anti-destruction effect sometimes, like in matchups with Unchained, where you can prevent them from destroying their own monster. 3 Tip, because Tip is probably the best Runick spell, especially if you can end with it as your last spell turn 1 when you go first. So you get an extra Runick spell for the next turn, and then you get to draw 3. And then 1 Dispelling, because I want to be playing 16 Runick spells, and it's like the last Runick spell that I would really want to be playing. I play 1 Spright starter just because I want something to be able to search off jet, and it allows you to go from blue to jet to either carrot or red, but usually you end up going into carrot because you need to be able to stop their board breakers like Lightning Storm or Evenly Matched or stuff like that. And I also play 2 Live Twin Sunny Snitch. So these ones, when you play them, you search a Live Twin monster from your deck. So it's just like playing extra Kiss Kills and Leelas so that you get into the Live Twins more often. And I also play 2 Fountains, of course. And then my last 3 non-engine spots are 3 Evenly Matched. So in this deck, you only have 6 non-engine spots, so you really need to be playing high impact cards. I'm playing 1 Gigantic Spright, which is pretty normal, I feel. Everyone knows what Gigantic Spright does by now. And I'm playing 1 Mannequin Cat. The reason I play the Mannequin Cat is because in the sideboard, I'm playing a Chaos Hunter for matchups like Floowandereeze, where they activate Shifter. Because Shifter is really strong against this deck because of all the Runick spells, and the Live Twins need to go to grave so you can bring them back to link them off. And the Chaos Hunter prevents them from banishing, so it turns off their Shifter. And it's just really strong into something like Floowandereeze anyways, because all the Floowandereeze like Robina normally banish themselves for their effects. And play 2 Hugins. It does come up that you need the second Hugin quite a bit because you just sometimes need to special summon a second level 2 body. And this one searches your fountain, so it's very strong and very important. I play 1 Gary. The Gary's just to be able to search the fountain when if it gets popped by like Twin Twisters or something. For the rank 4s, I'm playing 1 Unchained Abomination, 1 Trouble Sunny, and 1 Nightmare Griffin. For the link 2s, I'm playing 1 Muckraker, 1 SP Little Knight, 1 IP Masquerena, 2 Leelas, and 2 Kiss Kills. So the Live Twins are pretty self-explanatory. The whole reason of playing the Evil Twins. The whole reason of playing the Live Twins is so you can go into the Evil Twins because they recurse themselves a lot when you tribute them off with your Spright Red or your Spright Carrots. and then they bring each other back, and you can either pop one or you can draw one. So, for example, against Labyrinth, one of the most common end boards I would end on is 1 Carrot, a Leela, a Kiskill, and Nightmare Griffin. And then them having to play under the carrot is very bad because you just use the carrot on their engine spells like Big Welcome or Welcome Labyrinth, and then they can't activate their monster effects even if they happen to bring them out because you have Nightmare Griffin. And then it's basically free each turn because you just tribute off your Kiskill, bring it back to draw 1. The SP Little Knight is actually not something we make off IP very often because we generally are making Nightmare Griffin off the SP, or the IP, sorry. The SP is just generally for follow-up so that you have something that can banish something on the field later, and also it has that kind of ability to protect some of your monsters in case you get Darkhold or something like that so that they come back, or just as an interruption. And the Muckraker is really good for the grind game because it brings back, I believe, any fiend. So you can bring back your Live Twins, you could bring back Abomination or Nightmare Griffin. For my side deck, I'm playing 1 Red Resonator. In this deck, it's really, really important to be playing a time card because unless your opponent scoops to you, it takes a very, very long time to actually win by deck out a lot of the time because you're going to have to activate runic spells to try to prevent them from killing you, whether that's Destruction, Flashing Fire, or Freezing Curses. I played 1 Jet, so this I actually never went into. The idea was that if I go first, I can't be playing the Evenlies anymore. So I wanted something to be able to side into to remove the Evenlies, but the reality is like the matchups that I would side out the Evenlies. I usually side in something else instead, so I'd probably switch this out for another mannequin target, something like Thunder King Ryle, but maybe not that one specifically. Play 3 Droll and Lockbirds in the side. This is for those FTK decks like Dark World and Vanadium. I also play 3 Duriswarms. The Duriswarms are for Tears and Unchained. And then I play 3 Ash Blossom. And then as I mentioned earlier, I'm playing the 1 Chaos Hunter for those shifter decks. And finally, because again, this deck has that Hornus matchup into Branded, I'm playing 3 Grave of the Super Ancient Organism. So this is really, really strong against Branded because all their fusions are pretty high level. And so if they have to use Cosmic to get rid of this instead of your Runic Fountain, that's also good for you as well. And then it's also got utility in other matchups. It's not terrible in Labyrinth, and it's actually pretty good in the Tealerman matchup as well.
Amazing. Well, thank you again for the deck profile. Any last shoutouts?
I just want to give a shout out to Bestor. He helped a lot with the deck list and figuring out the lines of play. I gotta shout out my boy Miguel, who's my mentor in video, and I'm gonna shout out Calvin and Go For Games, the locals that I go to all the time, and of course James, Hakuna Maidana. Love that YouTube channel.
Awesome. Thank you.